There you
There,
are.
you go. There I am. How do I get your face so I see you and not me? There we go. That's better. There we go.
Hello, Hilary.
Hello, Emerson.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm
You're
good.
good.
I loads of questions
Yeah.
and um load I yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
So tell me your seeking story, Hilary, and what got you here. We'll start with that.
I didn't know I was a seeker for a long time, and then I think 20 years ago I found this guy who was he practiced energetic. I have a background as a doctor long time ago, so I have a
Okay.
very Western medical frame
Yeah, yeah.
to my thinking, and I found this guy who was an energetic healer,
Mm-hmm.
and he basically said something like, when you find out that you're the one banging your head against the brick wall and you stop, it feels really good. And that sort of struck a chord. And then he gave me the first ever recording of The Secret in
Okay.
Australia. And that would have been 20 years ago. And I didn't listen to all the um, accumulation stories. I sort of resonated with some of the more, I guess you call it, spiritual stuff. And from there, I found Tony Parsons. And sorry, I've written down a list of, because I knew that would be the question.
Yeah.
Tony Parsons, David Bingham, Rupert Spira, Mudgee, Sailor Bob, Helen Hamilton, Terence Stevens, and then you recently. And I've only had one-on-one with David Bingham 4 years ago before that that he took off, in that sense that he became known. And he basically said, you well and truly already self-realized. You're just integrating the process into your life. But
Mm-hmm.
my perception is that I'm waiting for the moment, something to drop, something to happen, some veil to
Mm-hmm.
lift. And in the waiting, I'm still I'm keeping it at bay. I'm very aware of that. But the thing that I find difficult is when pain is involved or injury, because I'm a very
Mm-hmm.
active person, and
Mm-hmm.
when something happens uh, to my to the body, and I perceive it as or it's perceived as a failure, in that it then if I was truly self-realized, I wouldn't have a problem with with things would stop going wrong with my body. And or I would the body knows clearly the body knows how to heal itself,
Mm-hmm.
and I could get out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
If I wasn't so in my head, I could get out of the way, let the body heal itself, and let life
Mm-hmm.
just happen. But it's so that's a big thing for me, that if pain is involved or injury or
Mm-hmm.
restriction of the physical form, then
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm doing something wrong. Fail.
Whereabouts are you, Hilary?
Sydney,
You're
Australia.
Sydney. I'm getting so many people from Australia for some odd reason. Yeah,
That's because we're all connected.
that's right. So at this very instance, Hilary, what do you believe if you're not able to go to the past or the future?
Nothing,
No,
nothing.
no, that's just a belief again. Really, really go to the question. What do you believe at this very second if you are not able to go to the past or the future? What are you without language at this moment?
Just here.
Yeah. If you take away the past and the future, is there anything that's missing here?
Mm.
So the directness, whatever you might want to call it, is very subtle. It is not of the mind, not an idea, not a thought. Thoughts try to get in the way of what this is. So this is already ever present. And I can't really speak about it. So the immediacy is so unthinkable that it's in between thinking and not thinking. So what's between thinking and not thinking?
This.
Yeah. What's between this and not this? So isn't non-duality unthinkable, unknowable, ungraspable? It's just always overlooked because we're so busy looking for it when it's very right here. It's a very directness. It's a direct curiosity without the past or the future. The past and the future are just thoughts. So don't you agree that the past is a thought and the future is a thought?
Yes, and I'm a thought.
Yeah, but so it must be right here.
It has to be, which makes it so frustrating that.
Yeah. But what if you get out of the way for a moment? What if that thinker, that observer, what are you without the observer at this moment? It's soft. There's a softness. The mind wants to grasp it, saying that I can't get it.
That's what my mind is saying. Why can't you get it?
Exactly.
Why can't you
So
get it?
what's between getting and not getting?
What is?
Yeah, what's in between that? What's between I got it and I don't get it? You can't say, can't you? Okay. So if you take away the past and the future, then there's something here that you can't say. It's so subtle. It's so direct. It's so soft. If you take away the observer, what's left? If you take away the language, what remains? See, words are all made up. Just try to show me a word that's not made up.
They're all made up.
They're all made
They're
up,
all
right?
made up.
So it's not in the words. So in between my words or the words that's coming out, there's a space. So in that space, it's like an entry into something that is always here. And you can't say it. And the mind wants to grasp it and everything. So what are you without thoughts at this moment? If you take away the past and the future, it's quite easy. Take away the next. What are you without the next?
Whatever's happening.
That's a belief. Take away that word. It's almost like you have captured the greatest hits of all of these speakers that you've listened to, and you're just regurgitating it.
It's true.
Yeah. So this is a bit of this is a deprogramming of all of that. Much respect to those speakers, but they're talking about thoughts. I'm trying to get you into that directness where there are no thoughts, and you're getting there over and over again, but you keep on resisting it. Are you feeling that almost like this clarity without language? If you take away the language, what's left?
It's unspeakable because you use language to
But
describe.
you're using language right now again. See, it's almost like the moment that it like The moment that there is this spaciousness, you go back into language again. So don't worry. I've dealt with people. How long have you been seeking, Hilary?
Well, I would say from that first glimpse, 20 years.
Okay, I've dealt with people that have been seeking for 50 years, right? So it's nothing.
There's no time anyway.
What's that?
There's no time anyway.
There's no time anyway. Well, that's just another belief.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. So at this instance, what are you without? If you go into this instance, what do you believe? Just go directly to the question. If you take the past and the future. How are you feeling, by the way?
Hot.
Hot?
Warm.
Warm. Okay.
It's freezing.
Yeah, okay. You're in the hot seat there.
I'm in the hot seat.
Yeah.
I am.
It's spring here, so my allergies
It
is
looks
flaring up.
beautifully. It looks beautifully sunny.
It is beautifully sunny. Yeah. It's oh, what happened to my light? Just a second. Oh, sorry.
So
What happened? It's okay. My light turned off, sorry.
I can still see you.
Okay. So yeah, it's the simplicity of it. If all words are made up, then words make up thoughts. Thoughts, maintaining thoughts becomes a belief. A series of beliefs becomes a sense of identity. A sense of identity either thinks it's true or not. So if you take away the sense of identity, it's just a belief. If you go directly at a belief, it's just a thought. If you go directly at thought, it's just made up of words. If you go directly at a word, it's made up. I'm not going to teach you anything about the koshas or know me or contracted energy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's irrelevant to what this is. I can also easily tell you that it's already the case, but that just becomes a belief. So let's get you out of the way. What are you without the narrator? What are you without a next? What are you without history? What are you without identity? What's between a thought and no thoughts? What are you without time? What are you without a you? What's between self and no self? What are you without language? So without language, where are the thoughts? Where are the beliefs? Where's the sense of I? It's just all language. So if you take away the language, there's a clarity without language. Unspeakable and thinkable, but not as an idea.
My mind is just saying, why can't you get it? Just drop the you. Just drop
Well, you go
the
into the
you.
next. What are you without the next? What are you without the next? Because that's just the next thought. The next is not here. It's just a thought. What are you without the next? What's the mind saying right now? If you take away the next. So go directly with the question, right? Because the mind will try to block it and create all of this talks about the past or the future. But that's all it can do. It can just go opposites. It can't really go directly. Because if you look at it directly, it's a mirage. It's not really there. If you go closer to the mirage, you know what? The illusion disappears. So what are you without language? What's happening?
I'm trying to get out of here into here.
Oh no, that's just another teaching. Let's get rid of that.
No, okay.
Yeah. It looks like you caught on to so many different teachings, right? So that's what it is, right?
It's this desperation to get this.
Yeah. I encountered this a lot, to be honest with you, so it's no problem. It might be we might be trying, right? It's okay. It doesn't have a fight with what already is. Right? Because all it does is it's kind of like, what Lao Tzu said, right, in the Art of War. Know the enemy all the time, win all the time. So the enemy or the thought, the belief, it's just a story, right? The belief, the thought, the idea, the me, the self, it's the same illusion. You can only operate in the past or the past, present, and the future. If you take away the past, the present, and the future, what do you have left? Try to go directly to the question.
Emerson, when you say go directly to the question,
Yeah. So answer it as if you're just being asked directly. You're overthinking it.
Yeah. there's something there, but nothing there.
Okay, so there's nothing there. It's not, because you look. So the moment that you think that there's something, it's in the next, right? But there's nothing there, right? Does the mind go blank when I ask those questions? And the mind comes up right away with an answer?
Yes.
Okay. So when you go blank, take away the past and the future. So for example, what do you believe at this very moment? Take away the past or the future.
Nothing.
Okay. What's between nothing and not nothing?
Everything.
Well, that's just another thought, right? It's okay. It's okay when you go, because the mind is trying hard. Saying we're going to wear it down. It's okay. It's okay. Because when you go blank, that's it. But the mind scrambles and comes up with something. When it goes empty, that's it. That's it, really. So for example, if I ask you, what are you without a past and a future? Go directly there.
What am I without
Without a past or a future? So if you're going directly with the question, you won't be able to answer that. Because even a word that you say I or whatever is something from the past. Any response will be coming from something that you thought about in the past. So what are you without the past and the future? Just go directly. If you're being honest, you will not be able to come up with anything.
No, I can't come up with anything.
Good.
But it's
okay.
Filtering. It's like this filter is.
That's okay. It's in the background, right? It's just in the background. It's trying to come in.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. So what are you without the past or the future? Just stay there for a moment. There's a peace that passes all understanding. It's very direct. It's very subtle. It's not in the next. It's not a thought. It's that blankness. That's the peace that passes all understanding. It's always here. It's always direct. It's never a thought. It's never in the next. It's not a belief. It's the spaces in between the words that I'm saying. It's not in what I say. It's what I cannot say. So don't get caught up in what I say. Go directly with what I say, but don't analyze it because that just creates another thought. So what are you without language? Just go directly. As if you're like a 5-year-old. What are you without language? As if you've never heard of non-duality before. Right? Let's play a game. Right? You're a 5-year-old. What are you without language?
Joy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's language too, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it's like you're addicted to your thoughts. So this is kind of like a sobriety from it. And that's why there's a high success rate in doing this, basically. There's a lot of, you must have seen the videos, right?
Yes.
Yes. How many videos have you seen?
10, maybe.
There's almost 250 videos out there now, right? So if it works over and over and over again, don't think you're that special.
I'm not special, Emerson. I am so unspecial.
And that's the special part of it. Or don't think that you're not special. So what's between, it's just words, right? It's
Yes.
just words.
Everything's words.
Everything is just words, right? So that's what it is, right? So it's just an unfolding of words. The moment that you see, if you've heard my story, I was a super seeker. I was seeking longer than you, like 30 years. I became a spiritual teacher in the middle of it. And then I stepped down because I realized that no one was getting out. And I'm like, I was teaching liberation, but no one was getting liberated. They just kept on getting more codependent with me. And I'm an introvert. I don't like followers. You know what I'm saying? So it's just my followers just kept on growing and growing and growing, and I would look at my phone. There'd be like 100 messages. Now I don't mind, to be honest with you, because they're not my followers, right? So they're dependent on you. And here I was feeling like a big fake, right? Because I had this realization, but my realization was easily came back into thoughts that there was a realization, and I was now pretending to be a spiritual teacher, an enlightened one, and I could not do it anymore. I was beginning to wear, linen, beige, white clothing, and
Sit on a stage with a vase of
sit in a
flowers.
stage with a big, with a, a few strands of mala beads around my neck, and speak really slowly with pauses in between, and so 10 years of doing that, and no one was getting free, and they were not even, they yeah, it was just ridiculous. And here I was, when I thought of that, I'm like, oh, I must not be free as well if I can't free them. And then of course I thought I lost my enlightenment, kind of thing, right? So I went to all the teachers that you mentioned, except Helen. I haven't, but and then and I was just frustrated because no one was getting free from them too. People, they just have a what do you call it, a an echo chamber of people that would agree with them, and people that are just hanging around for 10 years, 20 years, right? If you look at these teachers, they probably have followers that's been there for 10 years or 20 years, or going to the same retreat. Have you gone to the retreats?
No, I don't do
You were just
retreats.
a casual seeker then, right? So
Yep.
you just went to the internet, and curious about the David Bingham thing, and booked the
Yes.
one-on-one.
Yep.
And that's good. And then you saw my videos and you're like, oh my goodness. So the realization is that there's nothing to realize in the next. So it's all here. And if you take away the language, I know you're trying to get it, but trying to get it is trying to go to the next.
I know.
Yeah. So what's between knowing and not knowing? What happens when I ask that question?
The mind is trying to think what's between knowing and not knowing, and there's no answer.
There's no answer. Okay, good. If there's no answer, stay there. There's a quietness that you're it's almost like you're blocking it. It's almost like a ringing of the ear, like a clarity. Are you beginning to see that or no?
Honestly, no.
No. Okay.
There's
That's
still
okay.
a waiting. There's still a
Yeah.
waiting.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
It's hard not to worry. It's hard not to think.
Yeah, but that's a belief.
Why isn't
What do
it
you without
happening?
that?
I know.
What do you without that belief? What do you without the I know? Okay. It's all right. Relax. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm here with you. I want to help you so much, right? I know how frustrating this is. I know how difficult it is and how but it is possible. It is possible. I've seen it over and over and over and over again. I even had like a 92-year-old, an 80-year-old, you know what I'm saying? And
Don't
you're
tell me I
young.
have to wait till then.
No, you don't. So that's the thought, right? That's the thought. That's the thought. What I'm saying is that it's it's uh it's okay that you're here. It's over. But we'll work hard at it, right? It's over right now. You just think it's not. And we'll go back. You know what? I'll give it all, right? So don't worry. I've seen this over and over again. You don't have to seek anymore. Because if all words are made up, so why do you keep on believing in what people are saying? So I'm going to be brutal. I'm going to be super honest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So everything that you've heard, I'm not going to release this because this is going to sound bad, as if I know something. Everyone that has been talking about has just been almost putting you in a circle over and over again. They have convinced you that there's a next. They have convinced you that there is koshas and contracted energy and all that kind of stuff. It's just words. It's just a belief. So they're passing on their belief system to you. And now you're with a whole bunch of belief. That's why it seems so difficult, because you believed all of them. You've been gullible with all of them. Don't believe in anything that they say. They're not intending to deceive or anything like that, but they're just in a thought level. So what I'm trying to express here is what's between thoughts and no thoughts. And you're getting there softly, right? And the mind jumps back. It's okay. It's okay. So what are you without thoughts at this moment? If you take away the past or the future, and I'll be repeating the same thing over and over again, it's okay. So what are you without thoughts at this very moment if you take away the past or the future?
Peaceful.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really it. There's no next. It's just that you believe that there is a firework in the next, right? There's no fireworks to this. This is like being a baby again, seeing things clearly without words. And it's like a sobriety. It's almost like you became an addict of words and you held on to words of others. So this is being transparently open that all words are made up. So don't believe in anything that I say, but there's something here that I cannot say. So if you take all the curtains of words, pull it back, what's left? What are you seeing if you cannot use words? What are you feeling if you cannot use thoughts? What are you without history? And this is just unpeeling over and over and over again, right? It's just being sober. The moment that you think of the past or future, it's like in getting intoxicated in thoughts again, right? So if we take away the past or the future, there's this sober quietness here. It's beautiful. It's an unfolding. Kind of like when someone goes sober, it's not hooray. It's almost like a anticlimactic, but there is an exit here from all the seeking. So if all the words are made up, why do you believe them? Again, in the absence of words and beliefs and concepts, what's left? Yeah. And it's here. It's here. It's always here. Just think it's not. It's like an unfolding awakening to the peace that's always here, right? You're just busy looking around that you forgot that it's always here, right? It's the mind is flipping back and forth trying to get what the speaker is saying. So when we go in between these words, you and I dissolve. There's no speaker here, there's no seeker there. Those are just beliefs, ideas. So I got out of my high horse and my high chair. Just get out of the way so that you could see this, right? Take away all the language, so take away all the things so that you can see it raw and unfiltered. It's just peace. And peace that passeth all understanding. You don't have to understand it, you don't have to get it because it's what's always here. It's like you've been staring at God all this time. Not the God as an idea or concept, but you just call it different names and you believe that it's not.
Can I go and turn the beeping off? It's the dryer.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just going to
Excuse
get a
me.
glass of water, okay?
Okay.
How you feeling, Hilary?
Peaceful.
Yeah. See, it's easy. You don't have to even to put any effort to it, really, right? What's between effort and no effort? So this is like an unhoarding. The mind is a hoarder, right? So we'll hoard concepts and ideas about this. So this is like a clearing up. This is spring cleaning. Let's call it that. Wipe away all the cobwebs, right? Clear out all the junk. It's like being back at home. You just filled it up with so many books and ideas and knowledge about what this is. And it felt suffocating because you can't find home. But if you clear out all of those books, all of those teachings or ideas about this, then you come back into what's always here, peaceful. Although in the story, in the narrative of this, those thought level teachings or non-teachings, right, are also great because he brought you here.
Can I ask, going back into my head,
Yeah, for sure.
with those teachers,
Yeah.
many of them are self-realized, but in going into the teaching, it keeps
The moment
the
that the moment that there is an audience or a seeker, then it becomes dualistic.
yes,
It
because the
becomes
teaching,
impossible. Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead with your
Yeah.
question. I cut you off.
No,
Yeah.
no, 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 no. I
It is okay. They're just innocently playing along too with this, right? So go ahead with yeah. Sorry, you were.
because it's so far, the mind is so far in the background that I have to
Yeah.
drag the
It's
question
okay. It's
forward.
okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's nice though, isn't this? It's like
There must be something that's drawing people, that's drawing, I can't even voice the words, Emerson.
that's okay. That's all right. No, they're great. You know, like I love those teachers and speakers and everything, right? But I noticed that no one was getting out, and the people just assume that that's supposed to be that way. And then I started doing this, you know, direct. So I got out. It's like I resigned again as a speaker, and I don't even know what to call myself right now.
Emerson.
Emerson. Well, yeah, I don't
Even
even know what that is. It's just a word. Well, if you know what I mean, right? It's what I'm saying is that the labels have fallen off for me. The labels just keep on falling. So when I see you, I don't see you as a seeker. I see stories of a seeker,
yeah.
right? And that's probably what you see now is just stories of a speaker or whatever you might want to call me. But it doesn't matter with this directness. So I just call it being very direct. It's what I notice is when I'm in front of an audience with like 50 people or whatever those Zoom meetings is that it's like I'm a drug dealer.
A direct dealer
No, the
of,
drug dealer of words, but no one's getting high. But they're expecting, they're hoping that that it will kick in or whatever, but they're waiting for the next. And I'm dealing words and ideas and beliefs and concepts. Even if I say no concept, that's still a concept. Even if I say it's not a teaching, that's still a teaching. Even if
any
I say I'm
word.
a speaker or a teacher, that's still, an identity, right? So if you take away the identity of the teacher and the speaker, then the seeker that's in front doesn't have anything to aspire to. I take away the next, then we're equally just here and not here. What's between here and not here? Where are these words coming from? What are these images? What if we take away the language? Are there even images? What if we take away the language? Are we even talking? Or we just think that we're talking? You see what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
I think so.
I think so, yeah, yeah. Your thoughts are so far back, eh? you're 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 like a balloon head now or something.
Bubblehead.
Bubble head, yeah, you know. Those. Yeah, that's what I was noticing. I did 4 years ago I did nothing conference, and then I had no intention of being a speaker or a teacher or whatever, right? I was just really enjoying just being a part of the community and everything. Then I started seeing, I'm like, oh my goodness, why are people coming back over and over and over again to the same repetitious speaking about this? Like a speaker would say that this can't be talked about, but let me talk about it for an hour or two.
Absolutely true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So I'm just cutting all the fat, all of no frills, right? Just going really direct. Being on the hot seat just like you are. Just trying to, pull out all the curtains, take all the junk out and wipe the windows. What do you see without language?
It's just seeing.
Yeah, yeah. And what's seeing? What's being seen? Is the seeing and the seeing the same thing? If you take away the language? It's so quiet, isn't it? Yeah. It's like a direct seeing, right?
The mind is still trying to grasp.
Yeah, yeah, of course. It will keep on trying. But if you take away the past and the future, where's the mind? If you take away, yeah. If you go directly at this moment, what do you believe? If you take away the past and the future.
Emerson, in
And you're going to start seeing that the questions are made up, so the answers is also made up.
Yeah.
So that's why the Q&A doesn't make sense for me anymore, right? Because why would you do a Q&A? when it's unthinkable, unanswerable. It's like we can dance around the fire, but we can go directly to the fire.
The question is arising, what about the pain? What about the injury? What about the body stuff?
Yeah, well, if you go directly
That
to
just
it,
is.
it just is, yeah. Yeah,
It
yeah.
just is.
It just is,
So
yeah.
you take an aspirin if you got a headache.
Exactly, exactly. If you get a cut, you put a band-aid, right? Until it
Band-aid on it.
heals. Yeah, yeah. If there's a stomach pain, one time, um, I was so happy because, for me, this love affair with what is was um, bittersweet at one point, right? So here I was having this beautiful, gorgeous day of clarity, and I said, "Oh my goodness, it's been a year of clarity. Wow." And then all of a sudden there was a tightness in my chest. I was like, "Oh no, that's a contracted energy." I went home and I was about to cry. I immediately just took up Galveston, like antacid, I don't
Yeah.
know. And then I started burping and laughing so hard. I'm like, "Oh, it's just acid reflux or gas or something." So it's already the case if you're not thinking about it. But when you think about it, then don't put any landing to it. Don't grasp to what you're thinking, right? So for example, if you got it, what's in between I got it and I don't get it? Sobriety again, right? Because you can get intoxicated with I got it. Look, everybody, I have a YouTube channel, I got it. Um, I'm going to travel all around the world to tell everybody that I got it. And you can get it too if you only listen to me, but no one gets it when you're sitting in front of everybody pretending that you get it. Because it's all pretend.
All pretend.
It's all pretend. So even if you think that you're no me, that's pretend. Because that's a thought. No self is a thought. I am aware, I'm consciousness is a thought. I am a thought. It's just really going bulldozering all of those things. And so the moment that it lands, right? The moment that it lands, go directly to it. Put it in between. Take away the next. Take away the language. Sober again. It's easy to get intoxicated in this is all awareness. I'm aware of being aware. All that kind of stuff. All of those sayings, right? Not the fault of the teachers and speakers because they're trying to express something that cannot really be expressed.
Inexpressible.
This just came about basically when I was in front of like 100 people and everybody had a different belief system. So when I talked about more radical, people were like, I don't get it. Or people, when they talk about a little bit about the awareness and the radical people be like, there's no such thing as awareness. So I just went directly, took all the language out, right? And just really went because it's all a mirage. But if you go directly at the mirage, guess what happens to the mirage? It disappears. What happens usually is that a teacher or speaker just talks about another mirage. So they're now caught up in the mirage of the next. They like, when the me drops away, Yeah, you were like an amalgamation. You were like the greatest hits of a whole bunch of teachers that you just mentioned. That's why I had to go brutal. A little bit, sorry. And just say that it's just all thought level. What's that?
Don't be sorry.
Yeah. So things that we tend to hold on to. It's like having a dream or a nightmare and then repeating it over and over in your head over and over again. Words are like thoughts are like, dream stuff.
My mind is going, what next? And that's a next.
Yeah, that's a next. If you take away the next, what's left?
Yeah. Whatever happens.
Yeah. I'll stop the recording here. I think that's good.